Actually, I started my career with the 8i, but basically this is the one which I have prepared myself for the 9i 9i Oracle version actually. So now it is 12c is going on. At the present, for the present classes, why I just want to take 9i is I want to tell you the differences how the Oracle is made lot of changes after 9i. Okay, 9i, 10g and 11g and 12c. What drastic changes that has been happened from last few years. Okay. So but as far as in our sessions, mainly I will deal with the 11g part. Okay, and also sometime one installation is for 12c. I'll show you, because even I'm not across all this 12c stuff completely. Okay. So but yeah, at the moment in the market completely, as far as I know, most of the clients are using the 11g only. Okay. So few of the clients are, but it will take two more or 3 years to be completed, migrated. It will take time. Okay. So let's have a discussion about the Oracle 9 Enterprise Edition here. Okay. So here you can see, you guys are able to see Oracle 9i, right? Internet version. 9i is the internet version, and these are the features which has been given by the Oracle here. So Somna, you can see here, right? Real application clusters, advanced security, and Oracle Enterprise Manager and partitioning, right? These are all the special features for the Enterprise Edition, because we have standard editions and we have one more edition, normal version, and this is the Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition means which are having all the features in that. Right? Real application clusters means now I think in the market rack is the real application cluster, which is in the boom in the market. Data here, the database is single. Okay, only one database, but multiple instances will be connecting to the single database. So if number will be increased, then it should be one node or two node or three node rack. It is like that. If 3 instances are connected to the single database, here you can see, right, this is a real application cluster. So single database, that should be the, if 2 or 3 instances means 2 node rack, or 3 instances means 3 node rack. So the main purpose is for real application cluster is one main benefit is, if suppose if one instance is down, automatically users can be redirect to the other instances, and they can able to fetch the data, and they can redirect, they can take the data also. That means high availability. No downtime is required here. Okay, for the real application clusters. And also one more benefit is, if you are applying any patches to the database or any Oracle software, not database, or any Oracle software, we can do the rolling patches. That means where we can shut down one instance, 2 and 3 are up and running, and you can apply the patch, and you can bring up the node 1. After that, you can go to the node 2, you can down it, and you can bring up, you can apply the patch, and you can bring up. So in that way, we can rolling patches we can apply. That means here also there is no downtime. That is also comes under high availability. Okay, and these are the main real application clusters which has been given by the Oracle Corporation. They are but it is a special cost, which is bit high cost also. The clients which wants their data should be all time available to the end users, at that point of time they will go for the real application clusters. Okay, any doubt here?
No, I'm clear. Yeah.
And coming to advanced security. Advanced security is the main part, because the reason is security will play a key role in every environment, because as I faced some of the issues also, as just I give you example also, one outer person can able to connect to the database, and he is updating the rows, and he is deleting actual rows inside the database. He will connect through listener by changing some things, some change settings in the listener part. So after some days we got to know that okay, we are not able to see any data inside the database, because what he did is he almost override all the data, and we don't have backups for the database also. Then we faced a lot of issues in that, and we raised some issues with the clients, and after that but at last what happened, we lost the data, we did not get the data. So after that, we have Oracle Corporation. As a Oracle Corporation, we have given some patches to the people and that client. After applying that patches, we are changing some parameters into the listener. So after that, he stopped logging into the database. So without prior intimation, without knowing any, unknowingly, but network case has intimated us, these people are connecting to the database and they are overwriting the data. Because they have to do some audit, right, in the networking, and who are the users connecting to the database. So for if we are having the advanced security feature in our database, there is almost every day we are having some audit for that, and for that purpose we need to apply some patches, security patches, patch set updates and security patches we need to apply the database. So out users, I mean end users or anyone who are trying to get into the database and not doing any something, like they are not able to do. That is also provided by the Oracle Corporation itself. And third one is Oracle Enterprise Manager, OEM. Here I think OEM is the one which is the best one, where no need of logging into the database. If for everything, suppose how Oracle Enterprise Manager is helpful to us is, like if we are configuring Oracle Enterprise Manager, there is one agent, OEM agent is there in each and every server. So what OEM agent will do is, it will take all the information of every database in each server and it will update to the OEM. So OEM, it is nothing like, it's a page. You can see here how the OEM should be like. So here you guys are able to see, right? Oracle Enterprise Manager. Hello?
Yes, we are able to see,
Yeah. So these are the security. You can see here security one, and here you can see any security things, and you can see what are the related links, and what database we are logging in. All kind of stuff we can do. Whatever the things we have we are doing in database, the same things we can do in the OEM also. So how exactly in the real-time environment what they do is, usually they are configuring all the email alerts with the OEM itself. So these agents will be talking to the OEM, and if they are seeing any issues inside in each server related to each database, so it will trigger an alerts to the OEM. So OEM, what it do is, whatever the email alerts or whatever the emails we are configuring there, those we are getting emails. Like sometimes we are getting emails, or if it is high priority alert, P1 notification alerts, at that point of time we will get an automated calls itself. Okay, any doubt here? And coming to partitioning. Partitioning is like, if we are having huge table which is having millions of rows, and for data inside the table row by row. Okay, if that is the case, we are having it is taking long time. So to avoid that type of things, they are having one more feature called the partitioning. Partitioning is nothing but, we are having the big table, we can divide it into the parts, into the partitions. So if any business requirement is there, only we need to see that particular month data. We can partitioning the table as per the month basis on there, range by time. Based on that we can see the data also. So this is the main benefit feature which is given by the Oracle Corporation. But see here, the most important thing what I can say you here is, only these features will come only with the Enterprise Edition only. Okay, not with the standard editions. And you can see what 92010 is. Here 9 is the major database release number, and this is the maintenance release number. Maintenance release number means if there are changes, if they are doing any changes, like if their clients are facing any bugs or any issues there, they are giving some more patches for that. If you are applying the patches, these maintenance release numbers will be changing, like 910, that means 9101 or 9201. Okay, in that way it will be changed, maintenance release number. And here O is the application server number, application server release number. This should be 0 is, and 1 is the component specific release number. And here also component specific release number, where we can see it here is, this is also like we are having like quarterly basis patches also, which is released by the Oracle. So whatever the patches they are coming here based on the versions of the database, and at the same time OS versions, based on that we can apply these patches. If it will fix we have any bugs into the software. And this is the port specific number. Okay, any doubt here? No. Okay, so before I jump into the database administrator tasks, I need to give some more idea about this host based. Saumna, do you know how to flow will be happen in the real-time environment, like how end user will be connecting to the app server, and from the app server how it will connect to the database?
No, I'm not clear about that. That's what I'm attending the classes.
Okay, fine. So here you are able to see, right, dumb terminals and host based here, right? So dumb terminals is the end users, which are logging into their sites. Okay, so first it will go to the application server. Okay, so here in this case host based, you can see both the database and the application should be on that same server. So here there is two types of scenarios. One scenario is either database server and application server should be in the same server, that is host based, or database should be in the different server and application is in the different server. Okay, but the dumb terminals is the one where users are connecting to these applications directly. Okay, this is host based, this is client based, and here you can see this is what middle tier architecture. Here web browser, these are the user people who are logging into the system. Like if we do any transactions in the bank, so first it will check. Okay, it will check whether user is the right user to be logging into the system. That means it will check the LDAP systems. LDAP systems is nothing but the security systems. In that, whenever we do the sign up into the any site, those data will be logging in. Those data will be going into the LDAP systems. LDAP is nothing but the security systems. Okay, so if the user is logging into the system, means LDAP will check it whether he is the right user and which location he is logging into the system. Okay, so if both will be fine, if the user and whatever the password it is having in the LDAP and whatever the user given the password, if both are fine, then only the user can be logging into the system. Okay, so here web browser connecting to the web browser, after LDAP security access issues will be fine, then he is able to connect to the application server. Application server is the one which maintain all the URLs related to the application. URLs is being here. Okay, and so whatever because we are having 1 lakh people here, these people will be connecting to the application server. Here there is one more user, okay, app user. So through that app user is the one which will facilitate all the application related information to the database. Okay, so this will act like a mediator. Like, and also one more thing here I can say is, in the application server itself there is some buffer area. Buffer area means like whatever the transaction that has been made by the users last time, those transactions will be in the application server for some time. Okay, so if again the user will trying to connect to the same system, then no need to going into the database again. If already the data is available in the application server, it will be given, it will be give back or reply back the data whatever is there in the application server to the web browser itself. Only if the data is not available in the application server, at that point of time only app users or application servers will connect to the Oracle server. That means through Oracle Net DNS entries or client. So here in this Oracle server, this is the database where you can see here, and this is the Oracle separate server. Here in this condition where database is in the separate box and the application server is in the separate box. So these two are in the different boxes, and these two are connecting through different network, or in the same network they can connect. Okay, so if the data is not available in the application server, at that point of time, the application server will connect to the Oracle server. In that Oracle server, we are having the database here. So whatever data we can see here, those data will be fetched from here, and it will give back to the application server. And at the same time, it will do one more thing, is it will keep the data, whatever it is fetched, the data will be keeping in the buffer area in the application server, and it will give back to the end user. Okay, if again the end user will be trying to connect for the same data, already the data is available in the application server, so it will get back to the end user. Okay, any doubt here, Somna?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Good. So this is how the scenarios happen in the middle tier architecture. Usually this database, mainly everybody knows that, right? Before in the legacy systems, like how it is, things is like we are having we are maintaining the data like in the form of physically papers, right? We are writing data in the form of papers. So at that point of time, we are if data keep on increasing, so when we are maintaining a physical space for that, like rooms, we need to maintain some physical space, and also we keep data, right? We need to keep all the papers in data. So if like if I am the new person who will go to the government office, and I will ask, see boss, I born at that point of time, I need my date of birth certificate now. So in the legacy part, what they do, they will keep all the things in the paper. So what they will, what usually they tell to me is like, hey, you are asking very long back data. Can you please come after 1 week or 2 weeks? Right? Usually these things will be happen, right? So at that point of time, what they do, they will go and find out some data there. What are the papers? Because they need to cross check each and every paper. What are the physical papers are there inside the rooms? So sometimes they may be able to find out that paper, or sometimes they are not able to. So if they're not able to figure out what they do, usually they can there is a chance they can give you the wrong data also. That means there is no data integrity, right? And also one more thing, what happened, and it is taking very long time for a simple date of birth certificate. So these things to be avoided. After that, they will come with the next step, like Excel sheet. Excel sheet is like they are writing each and every person name and what date he born, and all this his kind of details all will be written in the form of Excel sheet. But how many days they will maintain that? Okay, if the keep on growth is increasing, the number of users, the number of born people will be increasing day by day, and they keep on adding the data inside the Excel sheet. Okay, then what happened? Suppose that Excel sheet will be deleted, so usually data also gone, right? So these kind of issues will be faced in the legacy systems also, has been faced in the legacy systems also. And one more thing, there is one more which has been introduced by the Oracle Corporation, as everyone knows, right? RDBMS, or Relational Database Management Systems, which plays a vital role to do all this kind of stuff, because one table should be interdependent on another table one day, and so in this way we are having multiple tables where we can be interlinked with each other. Suppose if any employee in the company will left the job, but if there is no update with other tables, only it will know to the particular his manager only. So at that point of time, it doesn't know to the HR people. So what HR people will do, they'll obviously sending their money to him, right? A monthly basis, his salary created, because they don't know that this employee has left the company. The reason behind this, there is no relation between the database design and the database design itself. So to avoid all these kind of stuff, this Oracle Corporation has been introduced this RDBMS system, Relational Database Management System. There we can avoid these type of issues, as everyone knows, but I want to repeat it usually. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And these are the background. Now I'm just giving some brief idea over the architecture, not completely, just an instance level I can give you. So Somna, you know, right, what instance means?
Yeah, it's a combination of a background and the background process. Memory and the background process.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah, it got a lot of processes inside the background process. It got a redo buffer.
Redo buffer, okay.
Yeah, database buffer.
Okay.
And the shared pool and large pool, Java pool, and everything is inside.
Okay, inside the SGA, right?
Yeah, inside the SGA. The background process got the processes like a PMON, SMON, and a checkpoint processor, database writer, and everything.
Okay. 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 So, right, whatever you are saying is right, exactly. Instance is nothing but a background process plus memory, right? So, from where it has taken the memory, Oracle? My question is. As everyone tells, right, instance is nothing but a background processes,
Yeah,
and it is a memory.
Where the application process it takes from the back and forth, right? From the server it takes and it gives to the memory.
Actually, whatever instances is nothing but a database. Each database sits on the server, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So whenever the database sits on the server, each server is having some memory, right? Like suppose my system, I am having 8 GB RAM in my system, right? So out of that 8 GB RAM or out of any server RAM, so we can define or we can allocate for the database. Hey, Oracle Corporation will tell you, hey boss, in your server I know that you are having 64 GB. For my operations, for my database operations, can I take 2 GB for that? In that way, they are defining some RAM from the server itself for the SGA part, that is system global area. Okay, and these background processes are nothing but what they do is physically whatever the files, because end of the day whatever the things we have doing any insert operations, any things, that all things will be stored in the form of .dbf files. .dbf files means .database files with .dbf extension files. In the .dbf extension files, there is a data, whatever the insertion, whatever the end operations, whatever the end users are doing operations, those complete data will be in the .dbf files, and these dbf files will be sitting on the OS, on the server itself, on the physically. Like you can see here, I am having lot of files right here. Here in this way, in each server, these DBF, the database related files will be sitting on the OS level, at the OS level. So these background processes, what they do is they will talk to, okay, they will talk to the database files, the Oracle related files at the OS level, and take the information from there, and it will fetch and it will keep into the memory. That is nothing but in the SGA. Now you understand, right, from where it is taking the RAM. It is taking the SGA from the RAM itself, and these background processes will be acting as mediators to the physical level Oracle files and the memory part. Okay, just I'll give you one example here, Somna. Very simple. So usually I'm asking you the question, hey Soumya, what movie have you seen last week? Then you can give me the answer, right? Simple question, because it's already in your brain, that is in your SGA part. If I ask you the question like, hey, what movie have you seen last year? Then what is the answer?
Yeah, I need to think of which date, which time, which month I looked into. Those kind of questions I will be getting it.
Okay, but are you able to give me the then and there answer?
No.
What answer you can't give it, right?
Yeah,
you need to. Yeah, in the same way, that is our brain. An instance is nothing but our brain, where the temporary data will be storing there. Okay, so when I'm teaching class here, then you are writing something on your notebook, right, as a reference book. So if I'm asking the last month question, hey Soumya, that time you have written something, can you please tell me? So if the answer is available in your RAM, in your SGA part, in your memory part, then you are giving the answer. If it is not there, you will go to your notebook, and you are seeing the data, whatever the data is there inside the database, and you are giving back to the answer to the end user, that is to me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so here the notebook, whatever the data you are written into the notebook, that is the database here. Physically you are writing some data into the notebook. Okay, and whatever the data that is available in your brain, that should be in the RAM itself, that is in your memory itself. In that situations, in your memory only, you are having the temporary memorized data. Okay, only for a few days it will be in your memory, but after some time it will be gone. So here your hand is writing, right? You are writing with your hand, right? This is the background processes which will act as a mediator between your brain and between your notebook.
Between the processes and the memory.
No. Between the physical OS level physical database files. See, Soumya here, simple. See, this is the instance, right? This is the instance, okay, and this is the DB. DB means database. In this database, okay, in this database we are having the physical data. Physical data means whatever end users are writing their data, inserting their data, because we are having lot of applications, right? So many users are logging, so many users are sign up for the data. So all their data should be maintained into the database, right? So those data will be stored somewhere, right?
Yes.
So that data is the nothing but database. Database means it's like a base where we are storing the data. But here DBF files are the files, okay, database files, where they are storing the physically data in the form of .dbf files. Okay, like we are having notepad, you are writing all the things, right? You are writing all the things. Whenever you want, you are checking your notepad. But suppose, but here why the Oracle Corporation is not giving in the form of notepad is the OS level guys should not see the data of the actual end user data. It is a security level. So that's why they have defined with .dbf extension files. There they are storing the actual data.
Okay.
Okay. Suppose you are checking for your transaction of last month. Okay, so you will get it only, it will take it from the your physical okay data. That means in the your transaction should be available here only in the database only, physical level DBF files only. Because as you, I think as you already know that we are having in the CRD files we are having, right? CRD files means control files, redo log files, data files. As you know, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So control files, redo log files, data files, these are sitting at the OS level. That means on the server they are sitting. So if all the information of the database file should be here only. So if any end user is trying to get the information, it will check in your memory whether this data is available here or not. If the data is not available here, it will go here, okay, and it will take the data from the physical level files. That means physical level, because already the data should be in the form of physical level files on .dbf files. Here only the data, actual data is available. So here there is some process should be there, right, to be taken the data from here. These are the background processes. So which act as a mediators between the memory and the actual physical files. Now you are clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so background processes is nothing but mediators between your memory and the database. And also I will show you the example also how actual scenario will be happen here. Did you install in your machine this part, Soumya, VMware? Soumya, you are able to see my screen here, right? Here. Hello?
Hi.
I'm
able to. Yeah.
So this is the actually database names, right? These are the database names. Shakti is the database name. Okay, and here now I'm trying to start up the instance only. Okay, that means I am start up the database, not the database, only instance. Yeah. Okay, now you can come out and you can see now. Only you can see the Oracle related background processes, instance related background processes. See, here you can see all the background processes, right? These are the background processes. These are the background processes. Okay. Now I'm coming back to the instance. I start up the database. Okay. I will tell you the in later classes what mount, what no mount, and what open is Somna. Okay. Okay. Now you can see only if the database is available in the read write mode only, then any end users can be connected to the database and they are doing their all transactions here. Now I will show you what database files here is. Select name from $v data file. If you take this view, here in this case you can see all the database files, right? So these are the physical level files where should be sitting on the OS level server, on the server itself. Now you got my point?
Yeah, I got.
Yeah. So all the OS like these database files, that means you can see here .dbf extension files. Here in these .dbf extension files, only the actual data is available. Okay, because for the security purpose, Oracle Corporation will not allow anyone to see actual data inside the database. Okay. So physically, even if anybody is trying to see the data, what actual user related information, because if it is bank related information, it should not be available here, right, at the OS level. So that's why they are keeping in the form of .dbf extension, and these files will not be able to see at the OS level operation. Only if you want to see the data again, only you can connect to the database and you can see the data as select what are the users inside the database. You can see it like username from db_users. Here you can see it at the SQL level prompt. You can see who are the users inside the database. Okay, and what are the tables inside the database. In this way you can see it. Okay, but as a physical level files, these physical level files you are not able to see it at any cost. So these physical level files should be there even if the database is shut down also. I shut down the database. Now you can see, is there any background processes? Is there any background process here? Nothing, right? No background processes here. And before we are able to see these many background processes where they will act as mediators between the OS level data files and the memory part. And you can see all these files as usual. All the files will be available at the OS level, but only the data will be written only when the instance and the database is up and running. Then only the background processes will be started, and once the database is started, these background processes also started. What the background processes will do, they will start taking the data or writing any data insert operations, any DML operations they are doing, like inserts, updates, or any deletes, those data will be updating into the data files, that is in the form of these files. But actually those related information where we can able to see, only if we are able to connect to the database only we can see it. That is the main difference here. Okay, so my conclusion here is, nothing instance is nothing but our brain, where design, like a human kind of design only here it is. And whatever information is available in the memory itself, those information if already available, it will get we can give back to the end user directly itself. If that data will not be available in our memory itself, then we can remember, or we can need to remember all the data from our notebook or from our database. Okay, and we will take the information, and we will need to keep the data into our memory, then we will give back to the end user. This is the same process. And here our hand, whatever the data it is writing, DML operations, that is act as a mediator, nothing but our hand is a mediator here, where it will return data, whatever is listened by the, whatever the data is given by the end user. First the data will be coming to our memory, then we will take that data and we start writing with our hand into the notebook. So here for DML operations also the same thing, and for the select operations also it is same thing. Clear, Somna here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how the scenarios actually happen. But here also I will tell you one more example. Just very simple, because we are always talking about the SQL tuning, how the SQL plans we are tuning, right? Usually I'm taking Oracle Corporation, everything is developed as per humankind only. Even if we want to go for any destinations, firstly in our brain what we think, which is the shortest route we can go, right?
Yeah.
Even if we define our destination, we always think in our memory like, oh, okay, which is the shortest route where we can go directly to the destination. So in the same way, Oracle, in our Oracle memory also, Oracle Corporation has defined, so in which the best possible way to get the actual data from the physical level database files, because we need to take the data from the physical level files if the data is not available in the memory. At that point of time only it will be. If it is already available, it is very fast and it's not more expensive also, we'll get the data automatically, directly we'll get the data. So always Oracle is recommending to the clients, all the clients, hey guys, can you please keep all the data in the memory itself, because if we get the data, if we go to the memory, if they first it will check it whether the data is available in the RAM itself, in the memory itself. If the data is not available in the memory, in our brain itself, then again we need to go to the notebook. It is a very long time, and end users will not can't wait for that long time till we can take the data from the disk or at the voice level physical files, and again we'll keep in our brain and we'll give the answer to the end users. Right? They can't wait. Even we can take the and updating the data, these things, if it is late, means end of the day end customers will be affecting, because if any POS customer, if any directly physical customer will come to our store, we are using some till point there. At the till point of time it is very slow because of a database, some issues are there, or some else like if any kind of data we are taking from the data, it is taking long time to get the data. But end users who are coming to our store will not be wait for long time. Then our business will be affected. They can't trust our business. So these things will not be coming to our into our, especially from the database end and from the network end. So database administrators should be always very key role, plays a key role to maintain the database all time high availability, and at the same time they always check the network as well, not only the database. If the database is fine, but if the network is not fine between the app server and the database server, then obviously there is a lot of issues will be facing. And because any end user can't wait for long time, even we can do simple transaction also, we can't wait for long time in the online also. If these things will be happen, we can't trust the banks. If we take an example for the banks, we can't trust the banks also. Then if we are facing the same kind of issues repeatedly, then we will think of, okay, this bank is not good because we are doing all these transactions for a longer time. So then we'll go for other bank. So obviously this bank will lose the business. So these kind of things will be happen. So we should be very important and plays a vital role into the database level and at the same time network level. So always app level guys, app server guys, and database guys and network guys. These three people are very important to maintain the business in a proper way, especially for the support end. Any doubts? That is what my introduction I can give you guys. If anything else, we can discuss more into the next coming classes. Have any doubts as of now?
No, I'm good.